Hello, and welcome to Deadnotes, a horror and cult film podcast. I'm Kevin, and with me is a guy that's really screwing the pooch.
I'm Alan, and we're talking about Friday the 13th, Part 6.
You bang.
Jason lives.
Jason.
1986. Jason! Yeah. I hate admitting that this may be my favorite one. I don't know that it is, because
It's definitely one of my favorites.
Part
But
4 is really fucking good, though.
yeah.
The whole all 4, 5, and 6 I watch more than any of the rest of them, I think. I like 7 a lot also because it's basically Carrie. Well, not Carrie. It's basically Carrie versus Jason.
Yeah.
Freaky Jason.
I'm a big fan of like 1 and 2 like together. Like I love watching those back to back like no matter what.
I think that this is the first one where they just I don't even know if they mention Pamela in this movie, do they?
No, I don't believe so.
I think this is the first one where he's like free from her shadow. Jason's a big boy. He's like, I'm a big boy now. I don't need my mommy.
I don't need my mummy. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, it's continuing the whole saga, the Tommy Jarvis saga. You know, it's bringing it all around.
Yeah, they tried to put some writing into it. I mean, they had although three different actors. Is it Corey Feldman, the
Yeah.
bald-headed?
Oh, when he came down.
Yeah. It looked like he was gonna be like the replacement for Jason. Like they were gonna go forward with Tommy Jarvis being the new Jason because he kind of lost his fucking mind at the end of the movie. And
Yeah.
then,
They could have went
th-
with that arc.
well, they kind of used it a little bit in part 5 because
Mhm.
they all thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
Ninja Tommy.
Ninja Tommy.
He's like, I've been watching all these old Elvis karate tutorials. I'm about to fuck some shit up. But
Oh,
they completely dropped that for part 6
yeah.
with Thomas
Yeah.
Thomas
Thomas.
Matthew.
Thomas. Yeah. Thumb, 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 thumb.
But yeah, I usually watch these 3 back to back in October at some point. Just cuz, and I like part 3 too. I don't care what anyone says. I think it's funny in 3D. It's some funny bullshit.
Yeah, I love it. I love 3 too. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I like Jaws 3. Come come at me. I don't care if Jaws
Sun
looks like a goddamn color form at the end of the movie. Like
sun shining in your 3D eyes.
they're just sliding it across the screen.
You like grabbing for that joint in part 3. I've seen it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fucking it was the 80s, man. If you had a part 3, it had to be 3D.
Yeah. Yeah, it
I
is.
have
I wish.
I have Friday the 13th part 3 in 3D, and I
Yeah.
have the 3D glasses. I might have to pull that out this weekend.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
But anyway, this is like a reboot because Friday 13th was kind of falling off at the time,
Mhm.
so they had to bring back Jason in a big way. Freaky Jason.
Freaky Jason.
I'm Jason.
I'm back. That's what's up.
I'm back. Yeah, this was supposed to be called Friday 13th Part 6 Jason Has Risen,
Yeah,
but they didn't like the Jesus undertones, so
right. Which
because
that would have been great though.
yeah, Jesus has or Jason. I see.
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
saying it. Friday 13th Part 6 Jesus Has Risen. Freaky Jesus.
Would this be? Hey, would this technically be like the Easter episode of Friday the 13th?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or the Easter edition?
Easter, Friday the 13th, Part 6. Easter Jason. I don't know. Fucking.
That would have been clever.
Not the way I said it. They'd have to work on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Freaky Jason, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Freaky Jesus.
I have a question about this fucking movie, which I'll get into more as we get in, but we're going to focus on Thom Matthews or Tommy Jarvis in this movie. But why is it that in every single movie he's been in, he's got a big ass pair of suspenders on? And as you'll notice throughout this movie, everybody's wearing suspenders, even when they don't need to be wearing suspenders.
Well, see, I'll let you in on a little secret. When you're a man who doesn't have much of a hindquarter, you need suspenders because the belt don't work.
Well, okay, that's arguable, but we'll get into it later. We'll have a come around about it later. I'll point it out. It's silly. So I just was wondering. It's something stupid.
You're like, yeah, you watch the movie and you're like, why he got suspenders on?
Next time you see me, I'm wearing suspenders.
It's all up front, baby.
with a pocket full of witch books.
I got books about Jesus and witches. Jesus was a witch.
Oh.
Oh. Go on, boy.
Go on, boy.
Get it. Go on, boy. Get it.
Go on, boy.
I think I wish we're gonna crack jokes about Jason throughout this because I tend to think that Jason might have been touched by Jesus.
Yeah. I think he's saying he's Jewish. Is that why he's got to wear a yarmulke? Is that why they got to wear yarmulkes? Because they get touched by God?
No, I'm saying that Jason has more water in his head than brain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's dead. We've figured out by now that Jason's a waterhead for sure.
That's how he can't sneak through the woods.
If you
hear sloshing.
Yeah, no matter what, he just can't keep quiet.
Every time his big ass head.
Yeah.
He's like, what was that?
Coming back to big ass heads.
He employs Jerry Dandridge to stretch the necks out on his shirts.
Yeah.
I can't fit my big head through his shirt, Jerry.
And he puts his shirt on finally and he's like, what were you saying? Jason. Puts his arms up.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, he's
without Jerry Dandridge, he gets trapped in his sleeves.
I'm all caught up in my. I can't get my big head through my t-shirt.
No joke though. When I was like my daughter, like 8 years old, 7 years old, there were times when I would put on sweaters or long sleeve shirts and I'd get my head caught in a sleeve and I couldn't get out and I'd freak out.
Yep, that's where it starts.
But I turned out fine. I'm not a Jason.
I would be honored to be a Jason.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. He doesn't have to clock in and go to work and shit.
Well, he kind of does.
Yeah, he just kind of wanders around and.
Well, somebody wakes his ass up, that makes him go to work. I'd be pissed too. I'd be killing motherfuckers.
He's killing people that have sex because they let him drown, allegedly because they were too busy having sex. Is that the story?
Yeah. It's moral code, man.
Yeah, he's like, you let me drown because you was making babies. You
You
was making
married.
more real Jason babies.
You weren't married.
Yeah, you're not married. You gotta be married to make a baby.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
else baby look like Jason. Jason, Pamela and Elias weren't married when they conceived Jason, so
he's like,
he
hey, you're not brother or sister. You can't do that.
you're supposed to be related. Yeah, Jason is probably inbred. I don't know.
You have to be related.
You gotta have
Telling.
you can't have sex with me unless you do 23andMe. 23andMe gets you a baby. I love the
Oh,
fucking idea that Jason is just a fucking buffoon.
yeah.
He's like one of those like um what's his name from the Green Mile.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna let I wouldn't let him pet my cats. He'd fucking squish them, smash them. Oh, cute kitty.
It's like how Tommy Boy was describing his sail. There's a
Well,
biscuit in half.
I'm retarded.
Yeah. Oh shit. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's get this fucker opened.
I'll stop rambling about Jason. I'm probably barely smarter than Jason, if at all. So I'm throwing stones from my glass house here.
That's the funnest way to do it.
He's like, I'm smarter than you, Alwyn.
Alwyn.
Alwyn, you don't know nothing, Alwyn. I fucking love the idea that Jason just sits in the woods.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
like emo, like he's just sitting against a tree. Nobody like to play with Jason.
Yeah, like during the off seasons and stuff, like he's like
Yeah.
he's like got seasonal depression.
I don't know why everybody has to have sex.
But he writes his best music.
He writes Sisters of Mercy songs and submits them through the mail.
Really, it's really all it is a fucking tape where he had a tape recorder and he was playing Sisters of Mercy in the background and he was trying to sing over it, but with his lyrics.
I'm gonna look something. I'm gonna do some live research here. I'm gonna see what it would be like if Jason wrote a song for Sisters of Mercy.
Holy shit. This gonna be a Deadnotes first.
Yeah.
Incredible. You guys are in for a treat because we haven't even started the episode yet. Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Right, it's
Holy shit.
okay, here we go. Oh my god. It's giving me verses and choruses.
Damn, he's idiot savant.
Oh man, let me see. Here I'll do the chorus. In the lake, the fire dies. Mother whispers and children cry. Blood on water, moonless skies. This is my dominion where mercy lies. Through the mist, the blade will sing a requiem for everything. Beneath the mask, the silence screams, a shadow born of broken dreams.
Broken.
He says, As machete gleams a holy white, a psalm of steel in endless night. A campfire fade, the campfires fade to the echoes call. I am the storm, I am the fall.
Holy fuck, my face hurts so fucking bad.
I'll stop there. There's more. There's more, but
oh my god, that's fucking incredible.
Oh man, I fucking love the idea that he's like a big Sisters of Mercy fan and he's just always submitting lyrics to him. Come on, guys.
Maybe this one.
Maybe this one. Did I not put enough misery in it?
He sends them with like these little pictures he's drawn of like them together.
It's him with a big butcher knife or a big machete. And my friends from Sisters of Mercy. These are my buddies.
Oh my god. It's like him and like next he's like it's like him and Andrew Eldrick. And Patricia Morris.
Emo Jason.
But it's all like stick figures of them all and shit because he's drawing in like crayon and sap.
Because he's special. I'm not special. I'm Jason.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jason.
Holy fucking shit.
Okay, sorry.
Incredible.
No tears to shed, no light to save. A grave beneath the midnight wave. Forever bound, forever free. Crystal Wake belongs to me.
Crystal Wake.
Crystal Wake belongs to Jason.
It belongs to Jason.
Or Forest Green. Sorry. I forgot what movie this is.
It all pours into each other.
It docks. It docks itself.
Yeah, it docks itself.
Right.
Oh my god.
Anyway, go ahead. Okay,
Kevin. Let's start. Okay.
Sorry, I derailed the shit out of you.
No, it's all right. It was well fucking worth it. With the wake. So we got one of the coolest fucking openings to a movie though, where it just starts off. We got Tommy and we got Halls, and Halls is fucking tweaking. I think he's like Tommy lured him there with like promises of meth or whatever, and you know he's just like, you got to help me do this first, you know. So
they should have called this movie Friday the 13th Part 6, The Issue with Incels.
Yeah,
because if Tommy had a girlfriend and not just Halls, she wouldn't let him do this. She'd be like, why the fuck are you going to this goddamn cemetery?
Yeah. He's like, I gotta take care of this. Yeah.
Nagging him the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. Fine, I won't fucking go.
Yeah, I don't have enough time.
I have to see. I'm really I'm really good with a bow staff.
You wait, you'll see.
All the gangs are trying to get me to join. And
he's got a fucking sigh tucked into his suspenders.
and snow boots on.
He's all I can do is picture him as Napoleon.
Now you're just picturing Napoleon Dynamite as Tommy.
The whole thing now, yeah. That's
God.
Great. Oh,
they show up at the fucking graveyard, he's got his mask with him. He's like, in case
Yeah.
he needs it.
Yeah.
In case Jason needs it. Stupid
Right.
asshole.
Yeah, that was like the worst thing you could have done. I
That
would have
whole
kept it. I mean, definitely keep the mask. I mean,
Oh fuck yeah. They tried to that little slash in it that he put in it in part 4. They tried to continue that throughout the rest of the movies, and at some point, I think like in part 7, she like swells his head up and doesn't it split in half, and then somehow in part 8 he gets a new mask and it's still got the fucking slash in it from the machete.
yeah, dude,
Uh,
I
uh,
honestly, that's the one I won't get too off track, but I hate that fucking scene. A lot of people love that scene where she does the psychic shit on him and his mask splits. Yeah.
I love it because the look on his face, he's like, "Who would you?" His
Yeah.
eyes, he's like, "What are you do? What are you doing?" Like I don't know if she's shrinking the mask or making his head bigger.
Boil in the water.
She's just willing more water into his head. But the look on his face is
She gave him a fucking
hilarious.
migraine.
His tongue is moving.
Why you do that?
Why you make Jason's head big?
He screams really loud after it pops off. He's like, ah!
Are those okay? When they dig up Jason, are
Mhm.
those real maggots? Finally, is this a
I think
movie that
so. I actually
they
wrote,
kind of look like it? But
yeah,
they always use like mealworms, you know.
yeah.
All these movies that say there's maggots and it's obviously not. I don't know how closely related mealworms are to maggots.
I'm sure they just threw a pile of it all in there. It looks like some maggots to me. Definitely some mealworms and stuff. Worm and like
Yeah,
those thinner like earthworms and stuff.
yeah, that's one of the few movies where I think they actually might have used. I didn't look into it, but it looks like they actually might have used some
It's
real
fucking
maggots.
sweet though. It's
Oh
amazing
yeah,
looking. I love it.
yeah. Whoever the guy was, that I know CJ Graham played Jason in this, but I
Hmm.
don't know that he did the shot with the eye. I think that was somebody else. Where they show the close up
Yeah.
and there's fucking maggots around his eyes. Whoever did that, hats off.
Yeah.
Cause fuck
Absolutely.
that.
We're just gonna put
That's,
your head in a box and film this shot. We're gonna muck you up really good, and we're
we're
just
gonna
gonna
put
put
maggots.
these. You're gonna put these maggots on you.
Yeah, we're gonna put maggots on your fucking face. But
They probably didn't tell him, and then threw him on. They're like, "Hey, dumbass, you got maggots on your eye." And then his eye, he was like, "Huh?" And that's how they got their shot.
yeah,
Ethan.
they just fucking shot him at his face with an air gun.
Well, like
Maggots.
fucking do the shit like Sam Raimi did in fucking Drag Me to Hell, where he just fucking funneled that whole goop of fucking worms and fucking mealworms
I
through the
wonder. Oh,
gypsy.
you know. Oh yeah, he pulls the bow staff off the. He pulls the bow staff off the fence.
Yes, because it wasn't enough to like just dig up Jason's grave to know that he was there, right? Like just to
Let's
make sure
stick
he
a
was
fucking
dead.
lightning rod in him.
Right. He was like, it's raining, and Halls is like, crossing his arms like, man, I don't want to be here, He's like just
Well, did you take note of what Halls says at that point? He says, "My heart can't take much
Yeah,
more of this."
yeah. He's got a bad fucking heart because he's
Uh,
on
uh,
meth.
it's a foreshadowing to what's about to happen.
Yep.
But did you know and this is why this fucking scene still holds up. You know that's real lightning from a Tesla coil?
Oh yeah. I didn't know that.
That is not CGI.
Yeah. That's
That is
awesome.
that is real fucking lightning from a Tesla coil. So they had this fucking thing and they got CJ Graham being a fucking champ
Yeah.
is down in there reacting to it. Like, that's hundreds of thousands of fucking volts of electricity.
Yeah, just zipping off of them, but they can
Yeah.
distract it. There's special stuff, but yeah,
It's
it's
so
pretty
it's
fucking
so
awesome.
it's so fucking awesome. It's such a great scene, and the reason it holds up is because it's fucking
It's
real.
real. You know, if I was like given a bunch of money too to make a movie, I would rent a fucking giant Tesla coil too, even if I didn't need it, just to have it and turn it on. So
You'd be like, zap me in the nuts.
yeah, I'm like,
Give me
hey,
give me a couple blasts.
where's Kevin? He's in the Tesla room again. It's like, oh, I'm just in there, just letting it wash over me.
Here, hold on to this for a minute, Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just standing there like, I am pretty good at a both staff.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably how I'd be after I walked out of there after spending days. So it's about accurate.
And then for whatever fucking reason, Tommy jumps in and pulls the fucking pole out of him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, just make it easier for him to get up.
Yeah.
And it's like the thing of fucking nightmares, because this is what every child imagines will happen if he sees a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Is when he's climbing out of the grave, he sits up and grabs him.
Yep.
I was like, that's such a simple little shot, but that is the nightmare fuel for children right
Yeah,
there.
because you're frozen and you can't do anything about it. And he's got you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Honestly, the thought of that. I mean, I'm not afraid of a dead body, but that dead body is not dead anymore.
Yeah.
and now he's got I got the superpower.
Jason gets up. He's like, "Fuck, I'm back." I was sleeping.
Jason's got a certain kind of strength, you know.
Mhm.
Wink, wink.
So,
I was already really strong, but now
no, I'm really, really strong.
I'm like if like I got the strength of a monkey now.
My strong is better now.
He's been gifted the strength of a gorilla.
Yeah.
But Halls hits him with the fucking shovel, stupid
Yeah.
asshole.
He's doing what he can, man.
Look, no, now if you've made me go to a graveyard and dig this guy up, and then you stuck a pole in it, it got hit by lightning. You pulled the pole out. He came back to life. I'm leaving. You did this shit. This is your fault. If I have a gun, I'll stay and try to help, but I'm not hitting a fucking thing that just came to life out of a grave with a shovel. Like, hey,
Yeah.
he may as well have just said, "Hey, look at me."
You'd start shoveling fucking dirt back in the hole to see if he'd go away.
I'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, I'm terribly sorry, Kevin. Bye.
Gay. I'm out.
Yeah, you just hear me running away going, gay.
Oh.
But this is a scene where Jason just turns around and punches through Hall's chest.
Yeah.
Pops
Fixes his
his
heart
heart out
problem.
the other
Yeah, he
side.
fixes his heart problem.
I watched this scene a couple times just because it's funny. But did you notice when he turns around, you can hear the squish
Yeah.
where he steps on his heart?
Yeah. It's
But what I thought was funny about it is he turns around like a toddler. He goes, "What was that? Yeah, noise." Watch it. The way he turns around. Like, what the, oh my. But anyway, to cap off this scene, Tommy does escape in his truck. Otherwise, this movie would be really short.
Yeah. They'd give you the title card and the end at the same time.
Yeah, you get the ending credits.
You get the title card, then you get the intro credits, then the end and the outro credits. but it'd be really
Oh,
short.
yeah, because we haven't even made it to the fucking
It'd be
intro
like
credits
it'd
yet.
be like 4 credits. And then
It just
really the only people that would have any notoriety is all the grips and shit, all the camera people and
Ooh.
operators.
That might be a good idea, Kevin. You might be onto something here. Just make a movie that is nothing but credits.
Yeah.
And dedicate it to somebody. Just dedicate it to a million different people.
Yeah. That's all
It'd be like an hour and a half movie, and it's all just credits.
just scrolling, yeah.
I wonder how many people would sit there and wait for something to happen. There'd be some fucking meathead in the crowd like, there's gotta be some shit. It's about to go down. It is.
Anything that you see is all like in the previews. Like anything you film is just previews, and then the rest of what you film is like the intro, and that's it.
Some fucking clown sitting in the fucking theater. An hour in, everybody has already left, and it's like it's about to get crazy now.
I got the whole theater to myself.
It is about to go down. I would love someone sitting through an hour of credits and just being like, "This is hype."
Oh my god. Yeah. You can promote it like see if you can make it, like
Bet you can't watch the whole thing.
bet you can't make it to the end.
I'll be like, I can watch anything. Oh yeah, get ready for this.
Start after you get out of like thanking everybody, you start going to the in memoriams and the dedications, like my late Uncle Bobby, like
and I wouldn't even put any music over it. I would just have no sound, just credits rolling. Not a fucking person on earth could make it through that. What's the guy that did Blood for Dracula? The guy that did all the Campbell's soup paintings and shit.
oh, Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol. That's an Andy Warhol movie right there.
Yeah.
Because it'd have Udo Kier in it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, it would only have his name because all it is credits.
Yeah.
It's just
oh yeah, you'd burn through anybody that was in the previews or in the opening title, the opening sequence. You'd burn through that for like the first 2 seconds of the credits.
Well, I suppose we should talk about Friday the 13th Part 6.
Yeah, I think we should get back to that.
Because we've now been talking about a fucking credit movie. What the fuck?
Is this what Tommy escaped to?
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Matthews, his career kind of that'd be a get for him. He'd be like, I was in the credit movie.
Yeah.
James Bond style title card.
I would say so. Yeah. Yeah.
Cheesy,
Mm-hmm.
but whatever.
But awesome.
And when I've mentioned this before, but this is another movie where we gotta watch Critters too, because when he gets to the police station, fucking Sheriff Garris looks like Ugg from Critters 2.
Absolutely. He looks like he looks like a stressed out like Ugg. Absolutely. Like didn't make it in life really. He's stuck at this dead end job.
Yeah, it's like him, Ugg, and Tim Curry could be related.
Yeah. He got kind of stuck when he was transforming his face. He got kind of stuck in between a couple different people he saw on TV.
Or Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann is his name, but his character name is Ugg. Ugg. Critters 2 is fucking awesome. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Friday the 13th Part 6.
Yeah, we got to stay on.
But I wonder how, because he he just comes into the police station telling them that Jason's back and shit. And do you think they believe him a little bit? Are they just because they spend an awful lot of energy covering it up? I don't know.
I don't think they fucking. I don't think that they don't believe him so much as they know that he's going to stir some shit,
Yeah,
and
panic.
yeah, they are trying to cover it up, like in a way of they just don't want anybody to. They're trying to push it under the carpet. They're just trying to keep their, you know what I'm saying, and they're afraid that he's going to come erupt it all and all that shit.
Two things. When he grabs that fucking shotgun, why do they not have it? Why do they just have it where you can just grab it? Right, it's not locked up or anything. You just go in the sheriff's office and grab a shotgun. And two, why didn't they beat the living fuck out of him? It'd be the perfect
Yeah,
excuse. Oh, he's got a gun. Oh, boo, boo, boo,
yeah.
boo. Just
He
beat
was
the
really grabbing.
living,
He was grabbing for a pin the whole time. Yeah.
beat him to the edge, to the very edge of life,
Yeah.
and then drag his fucking limp body into
Well,
that
that would
jail
mean probably
cell.
paperwork at that point. So.
Well, it's only the three of them, and this is the is this the yeah, this is the fucking 80s, so they could have there probably wasn't any cameras up.
Let's
They
talk
could have
about
said
another thing here. Let's talk about Rick the deputy, though, and that
he
piece that he's
came in.
carrying.
He came in that way. You mean with the fucking dildo launcher attached to the top of it?
Wherever the doc goes, you bang.
Uh,
So fucking.
Absolutely.
He like jerks off to that. What was that movie with Stallone? Cobra. I think that's what.
Cobra. Yeah. That goddamn laser light is bigger than the gun.
I know. He's got like two belts on, and it's like there's one that's just holding his laser sight. It looks like.
I wonder I wonder what that was. Like if that was because there's no fucking way that was a real laser.
I mean,
I think that was a fucking toilet paper roll painted black with a fucking red light in it, or a paper towel roll, because that thing was huge.
like he has nothing better to do in the sheriff's office, so they're so bored. So when he was in there taking his shit, he was like decorating his gun and built like this little red dot scope with his police issue flashlight and toilet paper roll and a Sharpie.
He bedazzled his gun.
He made an extra belt to hold it.
That's what they need to do. Make like how they have the big toes and all that bullshit for Crocs.
Yeah.
They need to have shit like that for guns, where you can have like a little titty or a toe or something sticking
You
out the
might be
side
able
of
to
your
get
gun.
some truck nuts or something to hang from your where you hold the gun, hanging off your magazine. Little charm.
You have to aim higher than you normally would because the gun just drags. The weight is all thrown off from these big giant fucking brass balls hanging off the end of it.
Holy shit. Oh,
Darren and Lisbeth.
yeah. Yeah.
What's his
Lisbeth.
name? Tony Goldwyn from Ghost
Yeah.
with that beak.
Yep. That's absolutely him.
I'd recognize that fucking guy anywhere because of the schnoz. He doesn't
Mhm.
even have it's not like a giant nose. It's just, that's how I recognize him. I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking, I don't know.
Yeah.
I am stupid.
Oh.
But Jason standing in the road, but there's a bright light coming down the
Yeah.
road.
They fucking come up on him and
And
they
he's
just
still got the pole from the graveyard.
absolutely. That's his first weapon of the movie. Um so they honk the horn at him. Like that's gonna fucking there's some motherfucker here and like with this big ass head and a hockey mask, and he's standing there with this fucking pole, his bow stick.
It's
Jason
my
starts
boost.
doing moves like in the road.
It's my bow staff. Oh, nobody wants to play with Jason.
And then
It's my,
Darren gets out the gun. Jason's in the middle of his routine and he flattens their tire.
what a pussy gun! What a that I've not is that had to be like a 22 revolver. It looked like a BB gun.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, Jesus
Like a
Christ!
Saturday night special.
Uh, to have a gun that small and it's a pussy gun. To have a gun like that, Darren must have a swinging dick.
Yeah.
He must. He's like, I ain't. As a matter of fact, I'm going the opposite way. I don't
He-
need to compensate for shit.
He's like, this gun here isn't the one that's meant to intimidate.
Right. And then fucking Jason sticks him and throws him over his shoulder. But as he's flying through the air, Darren goes, "My dick is still bigger than yours."
I like before like all that, like they kind of do like the weird callback shit in this movie. Well, not callback, but little lines like this. Like she's like, I've seen too many horror movies to know a guy in a mask is no good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're doing like these little. I'm making fun of myself. You know what I'm saying? Which I really like because you could tell this is also why they're trying to bring back the love
Yeah,
of Jason Voorhees, back to the market, I think.
all those little like almost not quite fourth wall breaking moments,
Yeah,
but it's
but there
like
is a fourth wall
like
breaking moment at some point. I remember in this.
there is, but I mean, with her saying I've seen too many scary movies, it's like when Scream came out and they did that, they were like, "This
Yeah,
is the first time anyone's ever done this."
yeah,
Like, no, it wasn't.
yeah,
Jesus Christ! It's just the first time. That's all they did.
yeah.
They they a little secret here. I'm not a fan of Scream. Sorry, Kevin might be. I am not. But
I think Scream, honestly, is when it came out. It's a generational thing. Like I liked it I still like the movie. I mean, it was a good whodunit, but it was definitely bringing back the slasher enterprise back into horror. Because if you remember, right around when that came out, there wasn't a lot like horror movies weren't really doing so well. Like there was a lot of bad shit. You know what I'm saying? It hadn't erupted as much as it did now. So I don't know. It was there to kind of restart the whole slasher genre.
uh,
I don't know. We can go
I
into that
don't know.
later. I don't know.
Yeah, we're just talking about other movies.
This whole
I
episode.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Communally. So yeah, Darren gets fucking impaled and he's just tossed aside like a wet noodle.
Hmm.
And Elizabeth gets out of the car and crawls away.
She tries to offer him money and shit.
I know.
But that actress, I don't remember what her name is, but she's a champ because that was really her head under the fucking water puddle when the bubbles were coming up.
Yeah.
They had like scuba gear on her and shit.
Yeah.
But and that fucking water had to be like 40 degrees.
Oh,
I bet it was
absolutely.
fucking freezing.
Yeah. Fucking sweet
Yeah,
though.
and she gets the fence pole. She gets the bow staff.
The bow staff. And what's funny here too, and I don't understand this part, but if you notice, like she was offering him money and shit, and her American Express card starts floating
Oh
down.
yeah,
Like what?
commercial,
Huh?
commercial maybe.
Yeah. Was it like don't leave
Ma-
home without it? Like just in case you have a killer like coming after you, you want to make sure you always have it.
Oh, fucking flash to Jason at a Walmart buying a new machete and fucking some Air Jordans or something because his dogs is barking.
Yeah. He's
Hey,
driving a
Eddie.
car. He drives off in the VW and gets pulled over, and he's trying to use it for his license.
He opens his shirt up. Do you really want to give me a ticket, officer?
Here's my license.
You want to see those nipples? Oh man, fucking and that's where it goes to the next day with the caretaker Martin, who's
Hmm.
filling the grave in, and this is the fourth wall break
This is yep.
where
This is
where
yep.
where if you saw this in the movie theater, you know, you'd get this old man looking right at you saying, "Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment."
Yeah. Yep. It's awesome though. I loved it because it was
Oh
like
yeah,
you could totally
Ro-
tell. You know.
roasting their own fans.
Yeah. They're
You
just like,
stupid
we know
bitch.
this is what you guys really fucking want, you know, whatever. Because the shit was getting stale, man. So
Goddamn court, man. The uh, we get introduced to what most of the rest of the cast:
yeah.
Megan, Court, Sissy, and Paula.
Hmm.
And Megan's retarded. Court is a Stallone, but he's clearly gay. And then Sissy and Paula.
Hmm.
But Megan might be the fucking dumbest. Her dad has a guy that he tells her is fucking murdering people. And she's like, no, I think he's okay.
Yeah.
Like, she's never met him. And she believes the shit he's telling her over her own father.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hmm. Suspect. And Court, his whole purpose, at least in this scene, is to remind us that this movie was from the 80s.
Oh yeah, with that crop top.
Mm-hmm.
He's dressed just like Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street.
He is. You're right. Fucking like, hey, bruh. Hey, who made you the bro authority, bruh?
The Bro Authority.
And I don't know. I just think it's fucking. I am not a fan of Court because he is a painful reminder of the 80s. It's like,
So
well,
like Megan's like telling everybody all this stuff, you know, and it's like it seems like they're all in awe over Tommy.
oh, she wants to fucking lick Tommy's
I think
balls.
they all want
Megan?
kisses from Tommy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Court, too. You know,
They all want kisses from Tommy.
Court's a little chubbed up. Thomas.
Tell us more about what Tommy said about Jason.
What did Tommy say about Jason? He's got a big pole.
He play
Mmm.
he plays both staff.
He's good with a bow staff. Yeah. And is this the first Friday the 13th with kids, actual kids in it, not teenagers? I
Ew.
think it is.
Yeah?
It would have been fucking awesome. Although, because this is more of a comedy horror, you
Wait,
know,
is that I don't know. I feel like
I don't know.
now I have to go back
It,
through.
it, it's always teenagers. Although, except for Tommy Jarvis as a kid,
Yeah.
you know, I think that's
It was
probably the
always
first.
them getting the camp prepped up,
Yeah,
ready to open.
because the whole thing about Friday the 13th is teenagers having sex and getting killed for it,
Right.
right? So they usually don't have kids in this movie in Friday the 13th, except for Tommy, you know, Corey Feldman when he was a little kid. But but I think this might be the first one with children at the camp where they're
Yeah.
actually using the camp. And I would have loved it. And I know it's taboo, but I would have fucking loved it if Jason just offed a few of them.
Yeah.
It would have made this, but because it's a comedy horror, it would have made this so much darker, you
You
know?
don't think final chapter wasn't there kids in that one? God, I haven't watched that in forever either.
I don't think so. I mean, it's always teenagers.
Yeah.
Well, it's 20-year-olds playing teenagers.
All right. So
Anyway,
we'll get back up. All right.
I'm just saying it would have been cool to see well, it might. I don't want to see children get killed. However, it definitely would have made this movie darker,
Yeah.
and Jason would have been more of a fucking imposing
I
presence.
think the
If
route
if
they went was pretty good because they gave you just enough. You know what I'm saying to get you going. You know.
I agree with that, but I don't agree with no boobs. God damn it! The fuck. This is a first Friday the 13th movie, and this is coming from Friday the 13th Part 5, which might have had the most.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Anyway.
So the kids get to camp, right? And then I think that, Alice Cooper was on the soundtrack for this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the fucking song.
He wrote 3 songs for it.
Right. So I wish they would have like when all the kids got on, were getting off the bus, they missed the spot for School's Out for Summer, I think.
Yeah. I think he did He's Back, The Man Behind the Mask, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hard Rock, they play Hard Rock Summer and
Mm-hmm.
Teenage Frankenstein.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so they got 3 of them Alice Cooper songs.
Yeah, I mean they were going balls out, like getting this thing going, to regenerate it.
But then we go to the paintball games.
Yeah.
And I used to play paintball a lot.
Yeah.
And never ran into a freaky Jason though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Katie's just fucking everybody up. So and what's the Bert is the motherfucker that's like fucking bitches, all
Yeah.
these bitches.
Yeah.
He's like shouldn't even let a goddamn woman play paintball. What the fuck?
He's like should have stayed in the kitchen.
Goddamn, how am I supposed to get my sandwiches?
Dumb broad. She tricked me. Guys are gonna laugh for months. She should have stayed in the kitchen where she belongs. A woman shouldn't even be allowed in these games. Not a game, it's life.
He's got the bandana on that says
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah. Bitches.
Goddamn women can't even fucking cook, gonna shoot me. He's
Yeah.
just salty as shit.
Fucking hacking hacking through the fucking woods, just bitching.
Yeah. Yeah. Bitching because Katie fucking capped his ass.
Yep.
That's what you get, motherfucker. And then this is probably the kill where I'm like, that's a little too far with the goofiness because when he slammed, because the fucking smiley face, like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, dude.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah,
What?
it
Yep.
happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes. He basically,
Jason's got the mind of Forrest Gump.
yeah, Forrest Gump ripped off this movie.
Yeah.
Totally.
I
But yeah, he
believe it.
smashes his face into the tree and it makes a indent of a smiley face.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But I do like
I thought it was pretty sweet.
I do
That
like
one was for the kids.
that was for the children. That was for the children. But I do like that which one he this is the one where he's swinging the machete and it looks like that scene from The Shining, right? Where they're following the machete.
Yeah. Yep.
Remember when Jack is hitting the door with the axe and Stanley Kubrick's like staying on the axe as he's swinging it?
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
cutting.
where
Yeah.
it seems like that's where what they tried to do here with that because they were doing the same thing with Jason and the machete, like
Mhm.
following him as he's swinging it.
Yeah.
Could be coincidence. I don't know.
It was sweet.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
I don't claim to be a genius. Actually, quite the opposite.
Oh,
And fucking who? Katie, Larry, and Stan get a threefer.
oh yeah.
I think this was like they were just trying to get the numbers up in this movie because well,
Yeah.
also
Was it
we didn't
sweet?
and we didn't mention that this is the first movie where Jason basically has superpowers and he's showing it off through a lot of this movie. And this is one of them where he swings the machete and cuts off 3 heads in one swipe.
Boy's got that strength.
Yeah. What do you mean? What kind of strength?
What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say? You saying Jesus touched me and didn't give me the strength of 10 men?
Jesus touched me and gave me the strength of 10 men. That should
You
be on
feel
the.
my-
If we do shirts, that's got to be on the back of our shirts.
Jesus. Jesus touched me and gave me the strength of 10 men and filled my head with water.
Water with Wawa.
He filled my head with water.
Holy shit, dude. This
Oh.
is
What the hell, man? Fucking all you gonna do is laugh?
okay.
Roy shoots Jason with a paintball and then runs
Mhm.
for his life, yelling for help, which is the proper response because
Yeah.
we don't get Roy's on-screen death. We just see clues of it later on.
Yeah, which I kind of like that. You pretty much know what's going on, but you know.
Yeah, he counts. He counts as a death. I think there's 18 deaths in this movie,
Yeah.
which is respectable.
Yeah. That's
And
respectable.
I think Roy counts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then Rick and Ugg are escorting Tommy out of town.
Yeah.
And Tommy tries to make a beeline for the cemetery so he can show him the grave that him and Halls dug up.
Ugg passes them off that garage door opener like in Critters.
He's just trying to show him where he dug Jason up, and it's funny because it's a completely different cemetery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not even close.
Mm-hmm.
And Martin, the caretaker, he arrives, and of course he's gonna go, I didn't see what you talking about.
Yeah.
He's trying to take a break, and they're interrupting him. Like, I was watching Wheel of Fortune,
Yeah.
and you guys is running around the cemetery. You think I'm gonna dig up that grave again? Fuck that. Like, they can't tell.
That was
that
already
it's a
covered
fresh-
up. Yeah.
Right. The fucking police are idiots. They're like, it looks good to me.
Yeah. Looks like
you
dirt.
You can tell it was recently dug up.
Yep.
Fucking dickheads.
Kid. Oh, Jesus Christ, these fucking dumbasses. But I think it's like a form of denial too with Garrus and everything, because again, they've been all keeping their heads in the sand for so long, to where he's just like, oh, it's not what it is, you know?
Yeah. He's like, goddamn critters again.
Yep.
I'm gonna make that goddamn big ass critter ball. A bunch of little Jasons form into a big Jason ball.
A big Jason head.
Jason!
The big rolling Jason head. It has fucking melon.
It's just sloshing. Whoosh, whoosh. Sound all you hear is the water
Yeah.
sloshing around in his big fucking head.
So they sees that. Garrett's already tackled Tommy for kisses. Rick pulls out his gun with the giant fucking laser because he thinks he's Cobra.
This is my Smith & Wesson compensator.
You bang.
Filled with it's huge. It's filled with a 5-inch Peter. My 5-inch Peter launcher.
I made this when I was sitting on the toilet in the bathroom.
Yeah, that gun looks fucking heavy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
I know.
Look, until you realize that's just a paper towel roll.
Yeah.
I glued it onto the top of my gun to make it look scary.
Freeze it, psycho.
Now see what you've done. You made my deputy draw his revolver. He's been dying to try it as mail-order laser scope.
Wherever the red dot goes, you bang.
We'll go back to the camp because that's just stupid shit, with Megan hyping the kids up in court. I just thought it was funny because Court is sitting there trying to teach the boys shit, and it's like,
what the fuck was that story, dude? Like, I
have no fucking idea. He's like, no, guys, like, you see, you got fucking rocks, man. You fucking do, you and your boyfriend can go.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I don't even know. I didn't pay much attention to it, but I just thought it was funny because all these kids are sitting around like, this asshole's trying to teach us shit.
Yeah.
It looks like he's got about 2 brain cells.
Yeah.
But Garrus and Rick drop Tommy off at the town border, and they're like, we don't take kindly to we don't take kindly to grave robbers.
Yeah.
In our town.
Then he fucking hands him off that controller, and he was like, if you need us, just press the button.
Just light the light. They give him a bat signal.
Yeah.
For Tommy, it's
garage door opener from Critters.
It's a big head with a small brain and a little and some squiggly lines to indicate water.
Yeah.
Squiggly lines in a drawing, like at my level of art, can indicate water or fart or smell.
Good, I guess, depending on which way you draw them.
Yeah, if they're vertical, they're smell. If they're horizontal, they're water. That's the level of artistry I'm at. Stick figures, well, that's Jason's too.
Yeah, you guys have.
Today, when I was writing my new song for Sisters of Mercy, I made a poopy.
And I drew a picture of it, and I sent it to Sisters of Mercy, and they didn't like it.
I measured it because it was possibly a world record.
This was the first time they ever wrote me back, and it said, "Dear Jason, you'll never send us another picture of shit again. Signed, Edric."
I said, Jason, you're too sexy.
Signed, Andrew. XOXO. So they wrote me back, so they like my songs.
It's like a Charles Manson story, but with Jason instead of the Beach Boys and Charles Manson, it's Jason with Sisters of Mercy. He's just taken over all these ladies of the night from Crystal Lake.
Yeah,
and they're like, yeah, we like to party with. Well, we'll hang out with you. You got. Then random character introduction with Steven and Pam.
Yeah. They're drinking fucking champagne. And it's all lit up like a Days of Our Lives fucking scene.
Steven's about to fucking destroy Pam's guts.
Jason's about to destroy both of them guts.
Martin walking home with his whiskey like you do, fucking shit-faced.
Yeah, I've had those nights.
He's living life.
Yeah. With his whiskey Kathleen.
And I like that because you live by the bottle, you die by the bottle, literally.
Yeah.
Because Jason breaks it and stabs it in Martin's fucking throat.
I think he died by littering.
Yeah. Yeah, right. He's like,
I think that's the moral code that he broke, and Jason didn't appreciate that.
Jason was like, that is not biodegradable. Pick it up.
There's kids that want to here.
Jason's like that Indian. Remember in the 90s, the Indian with the tear?
Yeah.
Like, it shows Jason's just crying because Martin littered. I do like the idea that he turns around and just goes, pick it up. Martin's like, fuck you, man. You're harshing my gig, bro.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Stephen and Pam hear Martin scream something along the lines of, yeah. My throat. Ow.
Yeah.
He's doing the Pee Wee Herman from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, where he's like,
Yeah. Oh
shit.
man. But I do like when he walks up on him, fucking Jason's still hacking at Martin.
Yeah.
That's like a scene you rarely see in a Friday the 13th movie, where it's like another person's perspective of the attack, because normally his kills are just sneak up on somebody, kill them, done.
Yeah.
But here he walks up. I think this might be a Friday the 13th first also, because that is terrifying.
Yeah,
like,
when you're actually watching it happen.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is he doing? That is scary.
Well, didn't they do that in what was it? When they had the flashback with Tommy Jarvis, like in the woods, and it was like he was a kid. He was still. It was when he was, and he was watching Jason murder.
Fine, I'm wrong. You're right.
What is that? Is that 4 or 5? Is it 4?
Probably 4. I don't think it was 5.
Yeah.
That'd be one of them. Probably 4. Because I don't think... I think...
I'm dropping the ball.
Well, Corey Feldman only came back for, I think, the beginning of part 5.
That's what I mean. That's the part I'm talking about.
Well, he didn't even... I don't think he saw... I think he just went to his grave, and it was raining and shit, and it was like a shot, because he was doing the Goonies at the time. So
yeah.
They had to, like, set up some set.
I haven't watched it in so long. I gotta... Anyway, yeah. I don't know.
Corey Feldman outgrew the role.
Yeah.
Nowadays...
It'd be funny as fuck if they brought him back.
Yeah.
Like now.
Nowadays he'd probably blow somebody to get that part.
Yeah.
Hey guys. Yeah, you want to do new Friday the 13th, guys? Maybe just a little bit.
Jesus Christ.
I'm tired of doing this Michael Jackson impersonation.
Oh my God.
Right?
You're not wearing that hat. It's ought to be.
Yeah, quit it with the black sequins, goddammit.
The way of life.
But Jason chases Steven back to Pam, which it's like, okay, if you're being chased by a murderer, don't run him back to your girlfriend. Unless you don't give a fuck about her. Right?
Distraction,
Run him the other way. He's like, hey Pam, look what I found. They get on the fucking motorcycle and he stabs through both of them. He's getting a lot of twofers in this movie.
He is, man. He's really racking them up.
Twofers and threefers.
He's really making that. He's really making that strength count. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Jesus touches you, you got to make sure you fucking take it to the 9s.
I've been touched by Jesus, and I'm not gonna waste it.
They've got the strength of 10 men.
Oh my god. Oh, but let's just go to court having sex. How about that?
That's right. Let's talk
Uh,
about this like Mormon dry humping thing that they were doing.
it is. Look, this is the gayest sex I've ever seen performed between a man and a woman. Because he has his shirt rolled up just above his nipples.
Oh, I know.
And his back is arched.
Yeah. He's ready.
He's laying on his back, but his back is still arched, like, ooh, there's the vagina too close to me.
Yuck.
But she's like whipping her hair around like she's in a fucking winger video or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But holy shit. She asked him the last 10 more minutes, and his face, like the look on his face. It's not that he was in danger of coming. It's that he was in danger of he couldn't keep his dick hard for 10 minutes.
Right.
He's like, yuck. I
Yuck.
can't. Are you crazy? Yeah, this is the weirdest sex scene I think I've seen in a movie. Well,
Yeah.
not the weirdest. Because
Absolutely.
just a shout out to the movie Golden Glove. Watch that. That's got the weirdest sex scenes you'll ever see in a movie. I went, yuck. And I've seen some shit.
Oh.
But what the fuck, man? That's the weirdest shit. Like, she's got her shirt on, and his is pulled up over his nipples,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got his eyes closed the whole time too. Like, he's over there imagining fucking what's his name? Carl from Ghost.
What was that
He's
on
just-
Scary Movie 2 where she's riding on Ray and he makes her put on the football equipment and he keeps making her put on all that stuff?
Yeah, but basically that's what's happening here. She's struggling with all her might to keep little Stallone's penis erect here.
Yeah.
And Jason, I wonder how much Jason Jason, because I don't know how, Jason's dad is Elias Voorhees. I don't know how much he was in Jason's life.
Clearly he was in it a lot. Jason has no daddy issues whatsoever.
Well, he apparently taught him about electricity and such,
Maybe.
when Jason was a little big-headed fuck.
Melon baby.
Whatever the fuck he was, like.
I think what happened is his dad fucking lawn darted him into the fucking Crystal Lake.
Jason survived an abortion. I survived, Dad. He's like, Jesus Christ.
Lawn dart. Boop.
My dad said that Jesus touched me. But Nikki makes Court go to plug it in, and because Jason rips out power lines, right? That's what I was getting at. Like, how does he even understand how this shit works?
I mean, maybe when he got electrocuted, it jump started his memory of all the years of when he ripped out electricity and phone lines.
He's like an Electro, like some fucking superhero. He got electrocuted, so now
he's a master electrician.
He can psychically speak to electricity. So you mean that if I pull these cables out?
He's a fucking union electrician now.
Oh, you mean he just sits back and lets somebody else do it? There's 5 Jasons and only one of them's working. We're a union, Joey. the, re- the rest of them are like, I can't do that because it's not my job description.
Yeah. I'm not certified.
I'm not. I could do that, but it's dangerous.
But it's dangerous.
Yeah, he murders people with a machete, but electricity.
Jesus touched them all in different ways.
He's like, OSHA wouldn't approve of me. Yeah, Jesus touched me in my pee-pee. Oh, it would be great if there were 5 Jasons and each of them had a different like attribute.
I keep thinking of multiplicity now, and I keep thinking like,
yeah, all these
the dumbest one. He's like,
they keep getting dumber, and the first one was dumb, so the fucking 10th one is just a fucking blubbering jackass.
He keeps putting pizza in his wallet.
Hey guys,
We'll go eat the dolphins.
Jason.
He touched my pit, Steve.
The 10th one's the one that can't even speak. All he can say is Jason.
Yeah.
Jason. He's outside of the camper crying. Jason. Where do you go from here?
Oh,
Let's put the 10th one in there and see what we get.
yeah. Let's see.
They just start being smaller.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'd get like this miniature Jason with the strength of 10 men.
Eventually, it will come back, and he's like an aristocrat.
You know, yeah. Well, actually, flourish the pinky.
Yeah.
Fucking, but Court goes out and plugs the fucking shit back in, which I don't think makes a whole lot of sense because
I don't think he's got much more knowledge than Jason does. To be honest.
Yeah, Jason might be smarter than him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Why do you talk like that?"
What?
What do you mean, bruh?
What do you mean, bro?
Talk like what, man?
Why do you talk like that?
But Court gets the RV started up thanks to Nikki, and then
Yeah. Then he fucking peels out of there, dude.
blasting. I almost said blasting Whoopi Goldberg, but I mean
that would have been
but
good.
I mean, what?
But
I mean,
Whoopi
Alice,
Goldberg stand up or some shit? Like,
no, I just have Ghost, the movie Ghost, on my brain now. But I meant Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Now,
Tomato.
Now, yeah, they're so similar. But Whoopi Goldberg's rendition of No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
But Nikki's back there taking a shit, blasting fucking. So Court turns up the radio.
Yeah.
Now she gets pulled into the bathroom by Freaky Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where she gets her fucking face smashed through the wall like a cartoon.
Which is fucking sweet.
Yeah. I had to turn on, when I was watching this, I had to turn on the subtitles because I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where he's like, "What are you doing back there, brah? You taking a dump?" Well, he said this thing, and I was like, what the fuck did he just say? And this must have been ad-libbed because there's no fucking way they wrote that in a script. Because Court says, and I quote, he says, "What are you doing back there? Taking a dump?" And then he says, "Mind if I come back and snatch a peek?" or vice versa. What?
He's gonna go in there and while she's sitting, he's gonna sit on her lap and take a
He-
shit when she's taking a shit.
He's gonna do an upper decker. She's gonna be shitting in the bowl and he'll be up on the back.
No, I think he's just gonna sit on her lap and then like shit between her legs.
But why would you be like, you taking a shit? Can I come watch?
Yeah. No, they're into some shit, man. I mean, you saw how high up his shirt was.
Hey, Nicky, what are you doing back there? Taking a dump? You better come back and snatch a peek? Or vice versa?
I could not understand for the life of me what he was saying, but it could be wrong, but that's what the subtitles said, and it was on the Blu-ray, so it's their fucking subtitles. It's not some shit the TV made up.
Yeah.
It's, what are you doing back there? Taking a dump? Mind if I come back and snatch a peek?
I dare you to do that like next time you go out somewhere and just go in the girls' restroom.
Knock on the girls' bathroom stall and be like, "What are you doing in there?"
Don't even fucking knock, dude. Just like grab it and shake it.
You can't. No, because I'll have to use the line. I'll go, "Don't make me come in there. I've been touched by Jesus, and I have the strength of 10 men." and what a
Holy
satisfying death
Holy fuck.
Court gets, because I fucking hate this character. I don't know why. I think it just reminds me of, because I was a teenager in the 90s. I was a little kid in the 80s. But it reminds me of what fucked up music and shit in the 80s and 90s was people like Court. Hey, bro. You know?
Yeah.
I
All those
don't
fucking
know.
jocks and shit, dude. Yeah.
Yo, man. Yeah. But you get, but he stabs Court in his fucking head.
Dude, I love it. That fucking.
I love it.
It's
For
fucking
1
brutal.
second, for a fraction of a second, Court looks like a real human being when he looks and notices Jason with the knife.
Yep.
For 1 goddamn second in the movie, he's not making a face like, "Hey, bruh." He's like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
Yeah, I know.
It's like a moment, like the second of clarity right before he gets a knife through his fucking head.
Yep.
And then the RV flips, and that's a practical effect too, which was fucking awesome.
It's fucking sweet, that whole scene, and then Jason gets out looking like a fucking triumphant fucking badass, as he should.
Obvious day for night shot.
Mm-hmm. Fucking sweet.
You can tell it's in daytime. They just adjusted the colors to make it look like it's at night.
Yeah, it's sweet.
But whatever, it still looks good. Anyway, bye, Court. Bye, bitch.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, so we get back to the police station after the awesome hero shot of Jason on top top of the on top of Cousin Eddie's RV.
Mm-hmm.
There's an RV. I can't help myself. I'm sorry. I gotta get it out. There's an RV. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Jason stands on the top of it. He's like, "Shitter was full."
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I love Cousin Eddie.
Yeah.
I probably mention him too much.
Yeah, that's all right. So Garrus is bitching at Megan, and Rick calls him about finding Darren. He's like, "You won't believe what I found, you bang."
Yeah. They think that Tommy's a copycat killer at this point, and it's like, what reason does Megan have to not believe her father?
Yeah. She keeps fucking with him, man. Like bad
hormones. I mean, although I'm being 100% honest here. If the roles were reversed, and my dad was was a sheriff, and some hot girl was, I'd be like, I think she's right, Dad.
Yeah.
I think I can fix her. So I get it. Never mind. Sorry, Megan. I'm being unfair to Megan. But Garrett, but he leaves Megan at the station, to see
Mhm.
what Rick found, and uh, Tommy's out book shopping.
Yeah, because he's got to get up on his occult book reading.
Yeah, well, he has to make up a plan to figure out how to kill Jason. Because apparently, when he made the whole plan to go, and I don't know, at the beginning when he stabs him when he's in the grave, I don't know what his plan was, but you'd think he would have read up on some of this shit.
Knowing that
'Cause
it could have, like, what he would have gotten, like, a book of Mary Shelley's and been like, oh, if
maybe
lightning
don't do
happens,
that.
yeah, maybe not do that. Yeah.
Yeah, what they don't show you is that the Tesla coil was just there. It wasn't part of the movie.
Right.
They're like, don't stick that in him. There's a Tesla coil right beside it, dickhead. And Megan, of course, because Tommy calls the sheriff's office to try to tell Garrus what his plan is, and Megan answers the phone. It all lines up, whatever, but Megan convinces Tommy to let her come pick him up because she's worried that her dad will recognize Tommy's truck.
Yeah.
Like, what does it fucking matter?
Yeah.
He's gonna recognize your car too. Don't you think he's gonna be like, weren't you at the station? Right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's gonna know, like, you're not where you're supposed to be.
But Tommy, this is a sure bet. Tommy didn't even have to buy her any McDonald's or anything. If he wanted to have sex with Megan, it's on. No expensive. He doesn't have to shell out that $12 or whatever it costs for a fucking Big Mac and a large cola. That's a cheap date.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is kind of where you find out where they find Roy's body.
Mhm.
When they're inspecting the crime scene,
Yeah, they find the parts and
they kind of find what's left of Roy.
yeah. They're like,
Oh.
"Happy Friday the 13th."
Happy Friday the 13th. Like, couldn't that again too? Like, Tommy couldn't have picked a better fucking day.
Yeah.
Like, it's the anniversary, bro.
Yeah. Bruh.
Let's go stick a bow staff in Jason.
Rosendo. Yeah.
I'll order up some body bags.
Our boy sure wants us to believe his story.
Well, he picked the right day to pull this shit.
What do you mean?
Happy Friday the 13th.
And then Elias, up to his old tricks again, taught Jason all about phone lines.
Yep. He goes up there and cuts those motherfuckers.
I cut this line and they can't make noises through the telephone wires anymore.
Yeah. Sissy hears something and starts yelling out, "All right, who's out there?" Now, this is where I'm going to come around to the suspender thing. She's wearing a pair of jogging pants. And she's wearing suspenders with them.
Well, because it looks fucking awesome. It looks
There's so many suspenders in this movie.
amazing. Yeah, Sissy gets pulled right out of her fucking slippers because
Yeah.
she pours. What does she pour out on him? Is that a beer?
Urine.
She's got a
She
trucker bomb.
she jars her urine. Yeah, trucker bomb.
She dumps a trucker bomb out on him. Is that pee?
It smells like my dad.
It smells like someone peed on me.
It smells like my dad.
Fucking. But I love when he yanks her out the window and it pulls her right out of her slippers
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
and then
awesome.
fucking pops her head off.
Yeah.
See, that's why I wouldn't let him pet my cats.
Yeah, exactly. Too rough.
Exactly that scene. Yeah. I just love you so much, Sissy.
Then Nancy
Oh,
sees Jason carrying her body away.
I do love that scene.
It's cool.
The little girl, she's the only one that she's the only one that sees Jason and survives
Yeah.
because she can't, I don't know, she can't sleep or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this fucking scene where Megan picks up Tommy, you know, when they stop the roadblock, they see him in the look. There's no reason for him to lower his head down if she's going to run from the police anyway.
Yeah.
At that point, it doesn't fucking matter if they can see him or not.
Tommy's a happy boy at this point.
Yeah, he's like, "Yep, I'm in there." Yeah, and they keep like the close up on what should be a camel toe.
She's got a secret.
Yeah, it's all hanging to the right or the left.
She's got a secret. And then she's like flying and she's like, it's going to be a hairy turn.
It's going to be a hairy turn. Hang on.
Rock all night, gonna blow this.
It is the 80s. It is the 80s, so it's probably pretty hairy.
They set that shit up.
That thing probably looks like a hatchet wound, like someone hit buckwheat in the head with a hatchet.
He's looking at it and he's like, "Oh, it's not as big as mine, so we're good."
Yeah, she doesn't have
got a hanger.
Toe.
You got a hanger on her, like a moose knuckle.
Hey, I appreciate that. I like I'm a member of the Free the Labia. I like a little bit. I like a pussy to look like a hastily packed suitcase.
Jesus Christ.
She's got and he's like, "Hey, how's it hanging?" And she's like, "A little to the left."
Yeah.
Cuz it's all over on one side.
A little to the left and small and shriveled.
A little to the left. Baby.
So Nancy approaches Paula while she's sleeping and she's carrying Jason's machete, which I think is like a really cool fucking scene. Because it's just like following her
in. It looks
in.
like it's got jelly all over it.
Yeah.
It's like shine. The blood looks like crystal.
Yeah.
Like shiny. Yeah, it looks like it's got some kind of jelly on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just hacked the fuck out of the Kool-Aid man.
If I can't have it, no one will.
I cut the head off the Kool-Aid man.
She just says it's Sissy in court playing jokes, so she takes her back to her cabin. Paula gets back to the cabin and sees that the machete's gone.
You know, Paula in all of Friday the 13th, even though you don't see it, Paula gets fucked up more than anyone in any one of these movies.
Yeah.
Because when they fucking she's killed off screen, but the entire fucking room is covered in blood.
It is. It's awesome. And I love the scene when she's in her cabin and she sees the machete's gone. And when she's walking and he's following her through the windows, that's fucking sweet. I like that shot.
Back at the police station again, Garrus gets, or Ugg gets a call that they
got more crates.
They found that they found some more crates. Yeah, they're forming a critter ball.
Forming another one of the balls again.
It's a big hairy one. He gets a call that they found Court and Nikki, and Megan fucking tells him that Tommy was with her the whole time, and Ugg is like, "What?" She's like, I was getting Tommy was having some hairy tacos.
Well, Garrus goes to check it out.
Tommy smiles at Garrus, and he's got like hairs in his teeth.
He goes, hee. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
But Rick locks Tommy in a cell, and Garrus goes to the scene of the murder.
That's right. So they're making a bid to get Tommy out. Megan and Tommy are. And, you know, but Megan goes up to the cell and Tommy starts kissing her. And
well, he was like roasting her about her art. He's like, "What are you drawing? Fucking dicks over there? You fucking drawing still looks." She's.
It looks like shit.
You fucking stupid ass shit you drawing. She draws shit like I do.
What like at the end of American Psycho, where she opens his desks and see all those kitty drawings of like all the murder scenes in the entire movie?
No, it's just dicks. It's just a bunch of weird looking.
Yeah.
Her whole little sketch pad is full of different weird dicks.
Yeah. Obsessed.
Yeah. Rick. Yeah. Oh yeah. Rick. But Rick fucking intervenes because Tommy's fucking smooching on Megan.
He's like, "I'm going to punch you silly.
I'm going to box your ears there, boy."
Yeah, so Megan takes his fucking gun.
And Tommy takes a heel turn. He's like, "Ha ha, bitch."
Yeah. You bang.
Megan, don't clown around.
I'm not the one with the funny red nose. Now open the cell and let him out.
Maggie.
I'm not kidding.
You better do as she says. Because wherever the red dot goes, you bang.
Yeah. And what a retard. Look, if your girlfriend is pointing a gun at somebody, don't stand behind the somebody that they're pointing a gun at. Right?
Well, you got to make sure the bullet doesn't go into the wall.
Because if where the red dot goes, they both you bang. That's two you bangs.
That's two you bangs.
Yeah, but they lock old Rick the dick in the cell. Is this the last time we see Rick? I think it is.
I believe so.
Yep. So Rick dies in the jail.
Yeah, he starves to death.
Rick dies in the jail cell because obviously Garrus, he doesn't quite make it back to let him out.
No, he doesn't.
So it's possible that they just killed Rick.
Yeah.
I don't know how many days. What if he's a faster? What if he's already on like day 3 of not eating?
Yeah, he could be.
We don't know. Prepared. You got to be prepared, people. Fasting is like a fad right now. But if you're fucking a week or two into a fast and somebody locks you up,
you might be good to go.
You might be fucked. I don't know. But Tommy and Megan head for the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Head for that camp. And Tommy, Tommy had the voodoo books and shit. So now he's like, he adds lore to Jason.
Yeah, he knows what's going on now. Like, he's like, "Oh, this book right here," and it opened it up and it literally said the only way to kill Jason is to turn him to his original resting place.
Yeah, it's
all
like
the books
it's like a passing line that never gets followed up on in any other movie. It's just this one. He's like, "We got to return him to his original resting place." I'd go, I mean, I suppose you could call it that, but allegedly he didn't die until you cut his fucking head in half. So his original resting place was in that house that little Tommy Jarvis killed him in. Because he didn't die when he in Crystal Lake, right?
Technically, it depends on how you look at it.
Well,
He
this
died.
is
He
the
technically died in Crystal Lake originally, so that's his original resting place.
no,
He wasn't
didn't die
alive.
though. He didn't die though because this is the movie where he's the first time he's a quote unquote zombie.
Yeah.
He survived the fucking lake. That was the whole thing with him. I don't know, but to me, his original resting place was where Tommy cut his head in half
Yeah.
in part 4. That's where he fucks up. That's why at the end of the movie, the shit that happens because Tommy should have took him back to the house in part 4. Just saying. Look it up, people. This is
There's probably
supposed
a
to
strip
be.
mall there, so they can't. So, well, they got to take him to his original
I'm,
resting place.
I'm just saying, this is supposed to be the movie where he takes.
But see, the
Where
whole
he.
thing is, this isn't fucking Camp Crystal Lake, right? That they're at in this movie either, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it is. They
Okay.
just they just renamed it
Oh, that's
to
right. Yeah.
They renamed it to Forest Green.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It is Crystal Lake. It's just
That's right. I spaced
But
on
he
that
calls the lake his original resting place. But the whole thing with him murdering people in part 1 or part 2 through 4 was that he didn't die, that he survived, and that's why he's back killing people. In part 4, he dies, and then 5, Roy is the killer.
Yeah.
Spoiler. And then part 6, they resurrect him. So
Yeah.
technically, his original resting place would have been the house that Tommy killed him in.
Well, there's a strip mall
Over.
there, like I said, so they can't take him into Foot Locker and drop him off. So now they got to take him back to Crystal Lake.
It's a Starbucks now.
Yeah.
That would awkward. They're like digging up the fucking floor to throw Jason in it.
Just throw him behind the bar, the barista bar.
Yeah, it's just I think that's a oversight by Tommy. That's why for the rest of the movies, what'd they make? 10 and then Freddy versus Jason, right?
Yeah.
So every other movie after this, it's all Tommy's fault. Every death is Tommy's fault. Because Tommy stopped it, but then Tommy started it back up again.
Yeah.
Jackass. You fucking dickhead. Anyway, this is the scene I was talking about where Jason enters the cabin with all the kids, and Nancy sees him, but he doesn't kill her because he gets distracted by the police showing up.
Mm-hmm.
They were this fucking close to making this like the darkest Friday the 13th.
Well, I like that he like bent down and was like staring at her, and then he gets distracted.
Yeah. He
That poor kid.
If he would have smushed her head,
Yeah.
we'd be talking about this movie like it's the funniest, but it's also the most fucked up Friday the 13th. Would have been great. Just saying. Not that I want to see kids get killed. I'm just saying it would have added this. It would have excelled this movie. It would have been like this weird, I don't know, no nudity, but still yet the fucking darkest Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your fucking brain would get whiplash trying to think about it. Garrus shows up with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. The bandit shows up with the bandit.
They're basically just there to inform them about what happened to Nikki in court.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, they were having gay sex.
Yeah.
And were murdered for it.
Then they open Paula and Sissy's cabin, and that's fucking amazing. Just fucking blood everywhere. So something fucking
I would love if Garrus did like the Ace Ventura thing.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
What a lovely room of death.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how they flashed around the room.
hmm
Same way, showing all the scenes of carnage.
Yeah.
Gareth, oh! You know.
And the third officer, like, he's like wandering around. Jason just fucking plucks him in the head with a fucking throwing dart. Fucking lawn dart.
A lawn jart.
Lawn jart.
He's like, you better move or else it's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
You know, me and a couple of guys, you know, one of them would be out in the backyard with lawn jarts and just throw them up in the air and fucking run away and hope
Yeah.
none of us got hit.
Yeah, that's what we ended up doing with them.
That's why they don't make them anymore, because
Too many people died.
Jackass is like, you guys ready?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We were so fucking dumb. And Garrus goes to check on the kids and notices one of them's missing. Guess which one?
Of course, it's Nancy.
Of course. She should be named fucking Karen. She went to tell the manager. There's someone walking around here looking at the children. Nancy runs to Burt Reynolds and tells him that there's a scary man.
Yeah. And Jason walks right up on him and fucking squishes his head. It looked like it hurt so fucking bad, too.
Oh, I bet. Imagine, you know, he's like, hey, have you seen my baseball?
Yeah. Have you seen my baseball?
Jason just steps out of the woods. Have you seen my baseball?
Yeah. And he's like,
Fucking-
what? And he grabs his head.
Yeah, this whole movie, he's doing shit where it's just like a display of his new power.
Mm-hmm. His strength.
Jason been pumping iron.
I have the strength of 10 men.
I've been watching Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Oh, shit. So Garrus grabs a shotgun, finds Nancy, and they get all the kids into one cabin and tells the kids to go under the bed and don't move. Obviously, because that's the safest spot for him when you have this fucking guy that's just taking out people that are in front of him.
So, what were you gonna be when you grew up?
Stay in here. That way he doesn't get tired looking for all of you.
Yeah, if you don't invite him in, he can't come in. He's thinking
Yeah.
he's like on the wrong legacy.
He's like, can I come in? And they're like, I don't know. Can you?
He goes, yeah, and then he comes in.
Little fucking Nancy is grammar policing him.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jason. Can you come in? He's like, well, you got me there.
He walks away. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was mistaken. Then he's just out in the yard going,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah.
Jason, Jason.
And Garrus trips over the bandit's body, and then he's confronted by Jason.
He's like, God damn it, Smokey.
Yeah.
Jason. He does shoot Jason. He does shoot
Yeah.
him. He gets a bullet. He gets some bullet in him.
It knocks him down.
Yep. And Jason keeps getting back up. I wish they would have did like Superman, where he keeps shooting him and he's like, and then he throws the gun at him and Jason moves.
Yeah.
Dodges it. No.
Yeah. Or that's what takes him down.
Yeah, he shoots him fucking 6 times. And it doesn't affect him, but then he pistol whips him to death.
Or do you like the Naked Gun thing or whatever? Not Naked Gun, but where he throws the towel at his face and he's like, oh, yeah, it's Naked Gun 2, I think, 2.5.
Oh, yeah. Garrus is just snapping fucking Jason in the butt with a towel. It's like SpongeBob and fucking what's the starfish's
Oh, Patrick.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Jason is like Patrick.
It's yeah.
Garrus is just snapping him in the butt with a towel.
Yeah.
Oh man. How does Jason kill Garrus though?
Oh man, it's great. He fucking folds him in half like a sandwich.
Like an old school cell phone.
Yeah. Like a folding chair.
This call is over. Oh man, I wish it would have shown Megan in the background like she's been watching the whole time.
Yeah.
Just the look on her face. Ah! Ah! The children! Ah! She's just inconsolable for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, dude, it's
like Barbara and Night of the Living Dead.
yeah, she's just fucking out of her head, dude. Yeah.
She's like, ah! Imagine seeing that. Your dad getting folded in half.
Yeah.
Missed opportunities, man. They could have really ran with that.
Yeah, dude.
But Megan does see the bloody cabin, though.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like she needed any more.
Yeah, she doesn't respond appropriately, though.
And she goes,
She should have went, right?
Yeah. So she goes to find the kids. Tommy's putting this plan in motion that he read out of the books and is taking these big ass chains to get out to the river to lure Jason out because, you know, that's who Jason wants, right? Megan tries to find her dad, finds Sissy's head in the car, and finds her dad folded up and put away with the rest of the folding chairs in the rec room.
Yeah, he's just in a bunch of fucking chairs.
He's on one of them fucking holders, like with the rest of the chairs. Jason put them away correctly.
His fucking dick is out and it's right beside it over his shoulder. There's my penis.
Oh my god. Fucking crates.
Yeah, it's fucking Jason. Jason has superpowers. But this whole returning him, yeah, I've already debunked that because this whole returning him to his original resting place, it's not his original resting place. Just saying.
So anyway, he's got what he thinks is his trap ready to take him to what he thinks is his original resting place because that's what they told him in the books.
Yep. Fucking bullshit.
And then it gets a shot of like those two kids that are hiding under the bed that I imagine would be me and you. Like,
yeah,
you know, I think we're dead meat.
He's like, what? So what did you want to be when you
grow up?
Exactly.
Yeah. That would be me and you. That was like start of Deadnotes.
I'd be like, I want to be a unicorn, Kevin. What do you want to be?
You have a lawn dart sticking out of the side of your head.
Yeah. And Kevin's over there like, I want to be I want to be a fire engine.
Yeah, I want to be a fire engine.
Yeah, we're not throwing stones here. We're both fucking idiots.
Yep.
Yep. We're just picking on our own kind here.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Yeah, but he sees Jason heading into the cabin again with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he draws them away. I love that he fucking calls Jason a pussy.
Yeah,
is this the first movie? Does anyone else ever do that in all of the movies?
I don't know. I feel like he's had some shit yelled at him before.
He's like, "Come get me, you pussy!"
Yeah.
Hey, asshole! It's me you won't remember. Come on, chicken shit. Come on, I'm standing here waiting. Come on, you pussy.
I love the idea that Jason's so stupid that when Tommy's out there on the boat yelling for him, going, Jason, that Jason just looks back at him and starts going, Jason!
He's like, he just keeps repeating them.
He's like, no, come here, you dickhead.
Jason!
Jason!
He keeps putting his arms up in the air every time he says Jason.
Yeah, he thinks that fucking Tommy's like his hype man.
Yeah.
Jason!
Megan's like, no, go over to him. He's like, Jason.
Go that way, waterhead. Jason.
Jason.
He's out far enough that when Jason walks out, he disappears under the water, and Tommy is somehow surprised.
Yeah.
He's like, what? He's not buoyant?
He just keeps walking.
He doesn't float. And Tommy lights the fucking water on fire.
Oh, yeah.
That works in real life.
Oh, yeah. Because we've tried it.
Totally believable.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I mean,
Here we go.
no, I know how they did it. They just had gas lines around the boat. But yeah, I mean, oil does catch on fire in water
kerosene.
sometimes, but it's not the fucking water that's on fire. But Tommy dumps gasoline in the fire. I would say try it, but I don't advocate for that stuff because I don't want anyone to get injured.
Yeah.
Do not try this.
Or do.
Wink, wink.
If you do try it, email us at deadnotespodcast@gmail.com.
It would be a dead moat.
Dead moat. It would be a dead moat.
We're going to have to try that. Let's get a barrel of water out in your backyard and put gas on the top of it and see how long it burns. We'll get a freaky Jason to put in it.
A freaky Jason.
Freaky Jason.
So Jason jumps out of the water in a really cool shot and
starts wrestling
him, putting the moves on,
sprinkling gold dust on him.
Yeah, all that gold dust.
But how strong is Tommy? Because Jason just folded a man in half. and Tommy's holding his own here.
I mean, I don't know.
He was a ninja in part 5.
Maybe, he was able to.
He got the rest of Elvis's karate box set.
He's got his suspenders pinned down to the boat with his thigh.
Oh, he's got his pants so tight that it's cutting off all the circulation to the lower half of his body, just so all the blood and strength can be up at the top part.
Yeah.
The glamour muscles. Ooh. He's got roid rage.
He ends up getting the chain around Jason's neck, creating one of the coolest fucking fish tank decorations in the entire world.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. This does look fucking awesome, but it's fucking retarded at the same time.
I just love that he's just down there, like grabbing feet, any kind of feet he can grab. Then Megan goes swimming out there, and he's like, "Ooh!" He starts grabbing her feet.
Yeah, he's like, "Tickle, tickle,
yeah,
tickle."
He's like, do.
Here's the funny thing: the way he is in the water means that only his head floats. Right? I mean, if he's stuck in the chain and he's standing upright, that means his head is buoyant and the rest of his body isn't.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when he went underwater, he was bubbling the entire time. So he's got air in him.
Which would mean that he's breathing, but he's allegedly dead.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess if he wasn't breathing, he wouldn't be able to say Jason.
Yeah, Jason.
It requires air to speak.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Megan jumps in, getting her feet all tickled by Jason while she's trying to save Tommy, and turns on the boat and grinds his face with the propeller. I guess
Oh,
that's
yeah,
that's
he's like,
killing him.
turn off the propeller. It's getting in my mouth.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, Jason just Luke, I am your father. He's just talking through it. That would be fucking funny. I need to like edit some audio into that
Yeah.
scene. Turn off the engine.
Ugh. So they get Tommy to shore, and Megan revives him, even though he was faking. And Tommy's like, "It's finally over."
And she's
Clearly,
like, yeah. Clearly, it's over.
Yeah.
Wink. Because it's not like there's another scene that happens after this. Nope. Not one that shows Jason opening his eyes or anything.
No, nothing. His eye, yeah.
Yeah, his eye. He's like, look at my good eye.
He opens his eye and he goes, "Jason." The end.
Yeah, there is there is a other ending that I don't know if they shot it or not, but Elias was there was supposed to be like a extra scene where Elias, Jason's father, shows up.
Really?
And pays the caretaker to cover up that Jason's grave is empty.
Huh.
And it was scrapped due to the budget and everything. But if you watch Friday the 13th Vengeance, it's on YouTube. They go into that and they go into the whole story, and they actually have that scene in it, and CJ Graham is playing Elias.
That's cool.
Yeah, so check that
Yeah, I'll
out. It's on
definitely check
YouTube.
that out,
It's
yeah.
on YouTube for free. It's
It's the fan
Friday the
film.
13th Vengeance. Yep, fan film.
I love fan films, man.
But it goes into a little bit more with Elias, and it has like Tommy Jarvis's daughter and his granddaughter in it. Yeah. If you want to see it, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
But anyway, Friday the 13th Part 6. It's a banger.
Yeah, it is a banger.
If you want to hear Kevin and my stupid ass talk about any other movies, email us. Please email us, because I'm running out of fucking ideas. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I got fucking.
We are endless. We are infinite.
We're only fucking 17 in, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
We got millions, but I still want to hear some goofy ones.
Absolutely.
Deadnotespodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can send pictures of your dick to Kevin.
Or Alan, or your pet sticks to Alan.
your dog's buttholes to Kevin. Anyway, that was Friday the 13th Part 6. I'm gonna go because I've been drinking so much beer. Yeah! Bye! See you later!
Jason belongs in hell. I'm gonna see he gets there.